Political Roundtable this week. Lou Davis is joined by Liam Farrell of the Annapolis Capitol. Thank you for being with us.
Jeff, how are you?
Let's start with the news this afternoon on former governor, former mayor, former comptroller William Donald Schaefer that he's been hospitalized.
That's right. We got the word this afternoon that he was taken to the hospital yesterday. He has what is called a light case of pneumonia, and they say that he is responding well to treatment.
And we certainly wish him well. Let's get to legislative news. The texting bill, a development. I'm trying to think what the texting acronym would be for what happened.
I don't know what the acronym is, but it was killed in committee yesterday, so it's dead for session.
That was something with a lot of momentum, wasn't it?
Well, it's difficult. Some of these bills take some time to pass. You know, there can be a lot of criticism that committees aren't really with it in terms of where the technology is going, and that it takes some time to convince them that the problem is real. You know, I think there's also the lingering concern about how far do you go in terms of banning distractions. Do you go to, you know, sandwiches, newspapers, you know, that sort of thing. So there's always that, you know, those headwinds you have to deal with.
Let's talk about the budget. Lou, you mentioned at the top that the conference committee wasn't, in fact, going to meet this weekend. Late development. Should there be concern about that, or is this the kind of usual posturing?
It usually happens. It usually happens every year. You know, the deadline for passing the budget is Monday, but that deadline is never met. There are some differences over, major differences over the Senate's version and the House version of the health care plan.
Yeah, the retiree health care plan is going to be the biggest hurdle for them to reach. The unions favor what the House did. It would cost less out of pocket for retirees. The Senate goes a little farther to save more long-term spending, you know, reducing those liabilities.
Yeah, so they were supposed to meet this afternoon. The Senate didn't show up. We were told now that they were all told to go home for the weekend, so they won't be here tomorrow either, Jeff.
Well, I just have half a minute, and I understand, Lou, you have a special presentation.
I do. You know, Liam has been with us often on the show, and this is his last day in Annapolis. We were going to give him a nice going-away present, but we are a state agency. We've had some budget cuts, so all I could really find was a coffee cup for your desk.
Well, thank you very much.
And there's some hot soup in there and some hot chocolate.
That'll serve me well. Thank you very much.
You're leaving town, we hear?
Yeah, I'm taking a new job with the Notre Dame Alumni Association.
Wow.
So going back to my college roots in South Bend.
Liam is a Notre Dame alumni.
Yeah.
Maybe you can revitalize the football team. You're in the game with Maryland, so yeah,
we'll miss
not
you.
this year. Guys, thanks very much. Liam, good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Finally, this year, we're celebrating 30 years of connecting Marylanders to their government here on State Circle. This week, we turn back the clock to March of 1986, when lawmakers were considering a bill to establish a suicide prevention program in Maryland schools.